I do have the actual lawsuit document. I have the actual document, and we are actually going to go down the line and go through the actual lawsuit, okay? Without anything going further, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. As we go through this, I would love to hear you all's feedback in terms of like what you really think about this situation, and how the Las Vegas Aces and how the WNBA in particular can move forward in the future, ensuring that other people, other women in the WNBA do not have to experience what Dearica Hamby is alleging. And guys, before we get into this, I don't want to get sued, okay? So anybody who's watching this, I am stating what has been alleged by Dearica Hamby, what has been alleged by the people that I'm going to be referring to. This is not me making a statement about whether or not the Las Vegas Aces or the WNBA or individual people are guilty of certain things. I don't know. I am talking about what has been alleged. So please, 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 as you all are listening to this, as I'm telling you all what folks have said already, don't sue me, okay? All right. All right. So let's get into this document. So this is the official lawsuit that was filed in the state of Nevada. As you all can see here, it says, Dearica Hamby is the plaintiff, and this is versus the WNBA and the Las Vegas Aces. All right, so let's get into this thing. So it says so again, I saw a lot of people that said, oh, Dearica Hamby is suing the Las Vegas Aces. No, she is not just suing the Las Vegas Aces. The WNBA is getting sued as well. All right, the WNBA is getting sued as well. And so, guys, this says the plaintiff Dearica Hamby, by and through her attorney of record, hereby complains and alleges the following. So let's go through this. All right. It says this is an action for damages arising under the title. I don't know what number that is, V11 or whatever. You all can't hear me? Lindy says can't hear me. Okay. I don't know. Hopefully you all can still hear me. Okay, this says this is an action for damages arising under a specific title related to the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and for unlawful retaliation under the above statutes, okay? And so it's talking about the court has the jurisdiction over this, and yeah. So this is a real legal document, real legal document. Okay. It says hopefully y'all can see this, upon information and belief, and unless otherwise indicated, all material allegations relative to the named defendants contained in this complaint occurred in the state of Nevada, Clark County. Therefore, venue property lies in the Southern Division of the United States District Court of the District of Nevada, pursuant to yada yada yada. Okay, so let's actually get into the steps that was actually taken by Dearica Hamby to sort of remedy this situation. Okay, so before she did this lawsuit, there were steps, there were measures taken to sort of remedy this issue with the EEOC. So let's get into it. So that's number 5. So you see on 5, underneath exhaustion of administrative remedy, it says on or about September 23rd, 2023, plaintiff, meaning Dearica Hamby, filed a charge of discrimination against the defendants named in this action with the EEOC, which is the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. All right. So whenever you're trying to file, whenever something happens related to your employer, the EEOC is sort of like the entity that comes in, that swoops in, that's supposed to be able to sort of fix stuff. They're the ones who are sort of supposed to be sort of the people sort of to do investigations, to sort of advocate that type of stuff. Anything related to HR, the EEOC is the entity if you have a complaint or whatever, they're the ones who sort of handle it. All right. They are the ones that are supposed to handle it. And this is sort of like the remedy that employees have. So the employers, so they can't do anything they want, you can go to the EEOC, and companies don't like when the EEOC is investigating them. Okay, so again, she did file a charge of discrimination against the Las Vegas Aces with the EEOC. Okay, and it says on or about October 19th, 2023, plaintiff, meaning Dearica Hamby, filed an amended charge of discrimination against the defendants named in this action with the EEOC. Okay? It says on or about May 23rd, 2024, plaintiff received the notice of right to sue from the EEOC. So there's certain steps that you have to take before she filed this lawsuit. That she had to go through certain steps to ensure that she first tried to remedy the situation. All right. She tried her best to remedy the situation, going to the EEOC. The EEOC looked into it, and on May the 23rd, so well after, so this situation originally happened in 2022. All right. She was traded January of 2023. All right. The WNBA did their investigation. They said that they were going to suspend Becky Hammon for 2 games. That was May of 2023. All right. In September of 2023, Dearica Hamby files a charge of discrimination with the EEOC. In October of 2023, she ends up amending the charge. In May of 2024, that's when she finally heard from the EEOC saying that, yes, Dearica Hamby, you have a right to sue. All right. You are now able to sue the Las Vegas Aces and the WNBA. Okay. So I'm saying these dates because, guys, this is a long time coming. It takes a long time when you're dealing with the federal government and when you're dealing with investigations, all this other stuff. Okay. So a couple months ago, in May of 2024, she found out that she is able to sue officially. She is officially able to sue. All right. And because she has 90 days after she finds out that she has the right to sue, she has 90 days to actually sue. All right. It says in number 8, it says fewer than 90 days have passed since the date of mailing of the notice of right to sue. The action is timely pursuant to 42 USC. Okay. And it says prior to filing this action, plaintiff, Dearica Hamby, exhausted the administrative remedy on all claims pled hereunder. All right. And I'm gonna just quickly go through the parties. So the parties is the WNBA, so WNBA LLC, and the Las Vegas Aces, Las Vegas Basketball LP. Okay. So that's who's actually being sued in this. Okay. That is who is being sued. And here is the allegation. So a lot of people have talked about this and whatnot, but I want to actually go through the allegations. All right. So here are the allegations right here. General allegations. This is what she is claiming. This is what, again, allegedly, this is what Dearica Hamby is claiming. She's claiming that let's go through it. Let's go through it. Also, guys, if y'all could please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button. Guys, this is not something I normally do, but I want to make sure that you all have like real good information. I have seen basically random stuff being talked about related to the situation, and it's just people just railing on, oh, this is terrible, the WNBA sucks, and blah blah blah. This is another reason why the WNBA sucks, but they haven't actually gone through what has been alleged, what is actually happening and whatnot. So this is what I'm trying to do. So if you all appreciate this, and this is sort of a newer thing, so if y'all appreciate this, please let me know by hitting that like button. Also subscribe to the channel. I make content all about women's basketball. So if y'all want more commentary about women's basketball, y'all can subscribe to the channel. And also, guys, I am now making this the remainder of this stream for subscribers only. So once you subscribe, you can post in the chat. Okay. All right. So Of course, in number 15, they got to talk all about Dearica Hamby's stats. So, two-time WNBA Sixth Woman of the Year, three-time WNBA All-Star, WNBA champion, United States bronze medal winning Olympian, and mother of two children. Plaintiff Dearica Hamby is a veteran professional basketball player in the country's preeminent women's professional basketball league, the WNBA. Says Hamby first began playing basketball with the defendant WNBA in 2015. Again, you all remember that. When she was selected to the San Antonio Stars, which then became the WNBA, or which then became the Las Vegas Aces. Okay? All right. So, I just want to make sure this is still in frame. Okay. Number 17, it says in 2018, the San Antonio Stars were purchased and then became the Las Vegas Aces. We all know that. And 18 says from 2018 through 2022, plaintiff Hamby played an integral role in the Las Vegas Aces organization's quest to secure its first championship. She, of course, did. They did win that first championship. And it just goes on. It just goes to a whole bunch of, awesome stuff about Dearica Hamby. We're gonna skip over that because you all probably know, what she has done in her career. Okay, let's get into the most important thing. So, most important thing is, I would say 28 and 29. So, 28 says, on or about June 28, 2022, in the midst of the WNBA regular season, plaintiff Hamby signed a 2-year contract extension to continue playing with the Las Vegas Aces. Now, guys, as what I said earlier, right? This contract was for the purposes of securing Hamby as a player for the Las Vegas Aces for the 2023 playing season and 2024. And the contract was set to expire May 15th, 2025. So she signs a contract extension during the regular season. In 29, it sort of explains that a little bit further. It says, in an effort to deter Hamby from entering the free agency market, where she would have been one of the more compelling available players, defendant Las Vegas Aces offered her a 2-year contract extension. In communication with this offer, the defendant Las Vegas Aces promised Hamby certain benefits and inducements outside of the contract to entice Hamby to sign. So, guys, this is a critical thing. This is a critical thing. Again, I want to read it again just so y'all can see it a little bit better. So it's right here. In connection with this offer, the Las Vegas Aces promised Dearica Hamby certain benefits and inducements outside of the contract to entice Hamby to sign. Now, guys, from what I understand, that's not allowed in the WNBA. All right, and that's why the Las Vegas Aces lost. That's why the Las Vegas Aces lost that first round pick. All right, in the following year. That's why they lost it, because you can't do certain benefits and inducements outside of the contract. Okay, it says these benefits included, but were not limited to, an agreement by the Las Vegas Aces to cover the private school tuition costs for Hamby's daughter, Amaya, in the form of a donation, quote unquote donation, to Amaya's school, because again, it's not something that's normally allowed, and so they had to make it a donation of sorts. But again, the Las Vegas Aces, to secure Dearica Hamby to re-sign with them, they told her that they were going to pay for Amaya's schooling, Amaya's private schooling, which again, guys, is not actually allowed by the WNBA. It says, additionally, defendant Las Vegas Aces agreed to allow Dearica Hamby to occupy team-provided housing accommodations, though Hamby also had a separate residence in Nevada. This would allow Hamby's family to assist with childcare for Amaya while Hamby was traveling for road games. Okay, don't y'all just love an actual lawsuit? So instead of talking about what we think happened and like what we think was alleged and whatnot, we can just look at it for ourselves and y'all can see it for yourselves. Okay, because don't just believe what random people be saying on the internet. Make sure they have some proof to it, and here's the actual proof for me. Okay, for number 30, it says Dearica Hamby signed the contract extension with the interest and desire to continue her playing career with the Las Vegas Aces organization and solidify her status as a franchise player. Okay. Now, after that happened, again, that happened in June. After that happened, approximately 3 weeks later, on or about July the 18th, 2022, Hamby discovered for the first time that she was pregnant with her second child. That's her second child named Legend. Very adorable boy. And it says, on or about August 6, 2022, Hamby informed the head coach, Becky Hammon, and other coaching and training staff of her pregnancy. All right. So she signed the contract extension. We ended up, she found out a couple weeks later that she was pregnant, and then she waited a little bit, and then she told the Las Vegas Aces. Okay. And it says on or about August 8th, so that's just 2 days later, Hamby's pregnancy was confirmed and her first doctor's visit occurred. Okay. And after that, she had notified the general manager, Natalie Williams, of her pregnancy. Soon after, the WNBA finals happen. Dearica Hamby plays in the finals. She plays very well, helps the Las Vegas Aces win their first championship in franchise history. That happened on September the 18th, 2022. Okay. And Hamby absolutely was a big part in sort of helping the Aces win that. So she tells them she's pregnant. They win the championship, and we sort of continue on. Okay. And right after that, so 2 days later, after that, Dearica Hamby, I believe this was during the parade, she announced that she is pregnant. All right. So that was at the they had the victory parade, and they had the the fans out there, and everybody was so excited. She told everybody that, hey, I am pregnant. All right. So after making the pregnancy known, it says in 37 that Hamby experienced notable changes in the way she was treated by the Las Vegas Aces staff. All right. That's crazy. It says 38 says, for example, when Amaya's school tuition came due in September 22, and Hamby inquired about it with general manager Natalie Williams and with the Las Vegas Aces president Nikki Fargas. They both said that, hey, don't worry about it. We're working on it. We're working on it, Dearica. We're working on it. But they did not provide a date by which the quote-unquote donation, which it wasn't a donation, for Amaya's tuition would be made. So she told everybody she's pregnant, and the agreement that the Las Vegas Aces made outside of the contract with Dearica Hamby, the agreement that they made with her to pay for Amaya's school, which again, guys, this is not allowed in the WNBA. The WNBA does not allow teams to pay for players' kids' schooling. This is not something that the WNBA allows. But this is what the Aces agreed to when they re-signed Dearica. After she announced that she was pregnant, now they're having second thoughts. Now they're like, we're looking into it, but clearly they're dragging their feet. Okay. Allegedly, they're dragging their feet. Again, guys, don't sue me, please. All right. 39. Let's go to 39. It says, on October 1st, 2022, General Manager Natalie Williams informed Dearica Hamby that she must vacate the team-provided housing, and says no reason was given to Dearica about this. Like, no reason. So they said, hey, Natalie Williams said, hey, okay, Dearica, you got to go. You got to go from our team housing. You can't stay here anymore. But she didn't get a reason as to why exactly she had to be removed from the housing. Okay. And guys, this is like very, very illuminating, I should say, allegations. Very, very illuminating allegations. All right. Let's sort of continue on. Okay. It says, number 40 says, in November 2022, Hamby followed up with Natalie Williams and Nikki Fargas about the tuition thing. So Dearica's like, okay, guys, when is Amaya's schooling going to be paid for? Because that's coming up. And they told her that we are, quote unquote, still figuring it out. But she was giving no date by which the tuition would be paid. All right. Says on or about January 15th, 2023, during a phone call between Becky Hammon, who was the head coach, and Dearica Hamby, Becky said, Becky asked Dearica whether or not she had planned the pregnancy. And Dearica Hamby responded saying that she did not plan the pregnancy. Becky Hammon said that she was not taking proper precautions to not get pregnant. So they have a conversation, allegedly, they have a conversation, and Becky's like, hey, did you plan this? And Dearica's like, nah, I didn't plan this. And Becky's like, hey, well, okay, even if you didn't plan it, you didn't take the proper precautions to ensure that you did not get pregnant. Because again, remember, Dearica, you are on the Aces, and we just resigned you, allegedly. All right, it says also during that phone call, Becky Hammon questioned Dearica Hamby's commitment and dedication to the team. And Becky told Dearica that she was a quote-unquote question mark. All right. Becky further said that the Aces needed bodies and that Dearica would not be ready to play in time for the start of the next season. And Becky Hammon was like, actually, no, I'm very committed to this team. I know what you just said, but I'm very, very committed to this team. And I'm gonna give birth in the offseason, and I'm gonna be all good to play in 2023. I'm good. I'm going to be fine. I'm gonna be ready to play. I'm gonna have my baby in the offseason. I'm gonna be ready to play for the WNBA season. So that's again allegedly. This is what was stated. And guys, if you didn't know, Dearica was ready. This was not just a Dearica just saying something to appease Becky Hammon. Dearica Hamby was ready. She was ready for the 2023 season because guys, I don't know if you know this, but Dearica Hamby, again, she ended up being traded to the Las Vegas to the LA Sparks, but she played basically the entire season last year in 2023. So she wasn't just blowing smoke to Becky Hammon. She was truthful. She played that season, and she was pretty impactful for the LA Sparks. She started most of the games. She played a ton of minutes in 2023. So again, guys, this is like true. Like she actually did do this. She actually did play in the season. So last year in 2023, Dearica Hamby actually played all 40 games, guys. She played all 40 games. Kentucky Rick. Yeah, she played all 40 games. All right. And she averaged 24 minutes a game. 24 minutes a game. She started 19 games. And she was impactful. She averaged not her most points, but she averaged 8.9 points a game. And 5.9 rebounds a game. So she wasn't like her normal self. But again, guys, she had just returned back from pregnancy. She played the entire year though. She actually played more games than she did in 2022, guys. So again, she wasn't just blowing smoke up Becky Hammon. She actually did it. So again, let's read this again. Because I do want to sort of give you all context as we sort of talk to that. I don't want to just read this and just read it. I want to sort of give you all context because again, I was sort of around for this and sort of following what was happening. And Dearica Hamby did play the entire season. So again, it says in response, Dearica assured Becky that she was committed to the team and she would be giving birth in the offseason and anticipated being fully ready to play by the start of the preseason in April of 2023. And she was ready by the time the season started and did play the entire season. All right. So she was true. She was, telling Becky what she knew and she was ready. 43 says also during that phone call, Becky accused Dearica of signing her contract extension knowingly pregnant, a false accusation, which Dearica denies. Says also during that phone call, Becky informed Dearica that it was believed by the Las Vegas Aces staff that Hamby would get pregnant again for a third time. And so, again, allegedly. So Becky Hammon, in this phone call, Becky Hammon has a lot of allegations surrounding Dearica Hamby, allegedly. All right. Again, Becky's first wondering, did you plan on getting pregnant? She's wondering, how committed are you really to this team? She's accusing Dearica of not taking the proper, quote unquote, proper precautions to not get pregnant. And then she's saying, hey, we're wondering, are you looking to try to get pregnant again for a third time? And so that we're sort of paying you, and you could just get pregnant again, and we miss you for more than one season or whatever. So there's a lot of stuff allegedly that is being alleged. How many times can I say allegedly in this? Again, don't sue me. Okay. Number 44 says, also during that phone call, again, Hamby informed Dearica that it was believed by the Las Vegas Aces staff that Dearica would get pregnant again for a third time. And also, there's a lot of stuff that was in this phone call. A lot of stuff that was in this phone call, allegedly. It says also during the phone call, Becky accused Dearica of not taking her off-season workouts seriously. Another false allegation. Though 7 months pregnant at the time, Dearica was working out as regularly as permitted by her medical doctors, including playing basketball and doing regular Pilates and calisthenics workouts. So she was 7 months pregnant at the time of this phone call. 7 months pregnant, and Becky's like, "Hey, I don't think you're taking this off-season workout stuff pretty seriously." And Dearica's like, "Hey, I am taking this very seriously." She was playing basketball, doing Pilates and calisthenics workouts while 7 months pregnant. Now, again, like specifically what exactly she was doing during those workouts, no idea. But the idea that she's still committed to the game of women's basketball, that she's like, hey, I know I'm pregnant. I know I'm about to have my baby, but I am still working out. I am still making sure that I am in as much of tip-top shape as possible. And so, yeah, that's the thing. All right. And number 46 says, also during that phone call, Hammond told Hamby that Hamby did not hold up her end of the bargain and that no one expected her to get pregnant again, implying that by signing the contract extension, Hamby implicitly agreed that she would not get pregnant during the 2-year extension period, which is interesting, which is very, very interesting. So because the Las Vegas Aces re-signed Dearica Hamby, they were under the impression that because they re-signed her for 2 years, she would not get pregnant for those 2 years, allegedly. Going to number 47, says plaintiff Hamby said 2 times to Becky Hammon, saying, "You're trading me because I'm pregnant," and Becky says, "Well, what do you want me to do?" Becky did not deny the accusation that Hamby was being traded because she was pregnant, allegedly. All right. 40, and guys, this is like very interesting information. Like, this is like crazy. This 48 says, on or about January 16th, 2023, Becky Hammon called Dearica Hamby and said, "Your time with the Aces is up, and that it is best for Hamby's career if she moves on." And Becky also told Dearica that Dearica could pick a place like Los Angeles or Atlanta, or that Becky could trade her either to the Connecticut Sun or the Indiana Fever. So Becky calls her again and says, "Hey, you're leaving. You're not going to be with the Aces anymore, but you can pick your place. You want to go to LA, you want to go to Atlanta, or what about Connecticut or Indiana? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go?" Which is interesting that she called her. She called her and said, "Hey, you leaving? But where do you want to go? You can pick any place you want to pick. Just pick a place. Allegedly. And it says 49 says on January 21, 2023, the Las Vegas Aces issued a public announcement that Dearica Hamby was traded to the Los Angeles Sparks. Now, it does not. This lawsuit does not say whether or not Dearica said she wanted to go to the Sparks or not. It just says that Becky said she could pick a place where she wanted to get traded. And ultimately she was traded to the LA Sparks. All right. Then it just sort of, it shows, Dearica's, statement that she posted on social media at the time. She posted this on January 21, 2023. Let me try to zoom in so you all can actually read this. Hopefully you all might be able to read this. All right. It says, now this is after the announcement was made. This is after the announcement was made. It said, with that being said, I am heartbroken. Being traded is a part of the business. Being lied to, bullied, manipulated, and discriminated against is not. I have had my character and work ethic attacked. I was promised things to entice me to sign my contract extension that was not followed through on. I was accused of signing my contract extension knowingly pregnant. This is false. I was told that I was a question mark and that it was said that I would get pregnant again. And there was a concern for my level of commitment to the team. I was told that I didn't hold up my end of the bargain because no one expected me to get pregnant in the next 2 years. Did the team expect me to promise not to get pregnant in exchange for the contract extension? I was asked if I planned my pregnancy. When I responded no, I was then told I was not taking precautions to not get pregnant. I was being traded because I wouldn't be ready and we needed the bodies. I plan to play this season and have expressed my desire to play this season. I have pushed myself throughout my entire pregnancy and have continued to work out, basketball included, on my own and with team staff, even on days where it was uncomfortable to walk, only to be inaccurately told that I was not taking my workout seriously. And yeah, we just don't see that with my return. I remain transparent with coldness, disrespect, and disregard from members of management. I have only put this organization first since day one before any of them were here. Quote unquote, quote, you're getting moved regardless, and it's best for your career that you move on from the Aces, unquote. The unprofessional and unethical way that I have been treated has been traumatizing. To be treated this way by an organization by women who are mothers, who have claimed to be in these shoes, who preach family, chemistry, and women's empowerment is disappointing and leaves me sick to my stomach. We fought for provisions that would finally support and protect player parents. This cannot now be used against me. So that's what Dearica said in a social post after the announcement was made that she was getting traded. So I wanted to just read, that was word for word, basically word for word, what Dearica Hamby had to say in that Instagram post after it was announced that she was being traded from the Las Vegas Aces. Okay. Let's continue on. 51 says, on or about January 23, 2023, the executive director of the WNBA Players Association, Terry Jackson, WNBPA, on behalf of Dearica, sent an email to the WNBA's general counsel requesting an investigation by the WNBA into the allegations made by Dearica. And then it says that the Aces announced that the WNBA launched a formal investigation into the allegations raised by Dearica in her social media post. All right. Then in March, March 6, 2023, she gives birth to her son, Legend. And again, guys, remember, she gives birth March 6th. Her first regular season game for 2023 happened shortly after that in May. So again, guys, Dearica Hamby was back fast. All right, she gives birth. Let's go through the dates real quick. She gives birth March 6th, 2023. And on May the 19th, 2023, she plays in the first regular season game for the LA Sparks. It's less than 2 months. Well, basically 2 months she was back. In 2 months she was back and playing in a regular season game after giving birth. Okay, let's continue on. On or about April 28th, 2023, the plaintiff, Dearica Hamby, timely reported to training camp for the Los Angeles Sparks and began preseason play. And she did not miss any required time with the LA Sparks as a result of her pregnancy. And as I said earlier, she went on to play in all 40 regular season games for the LA Sparks, not missing a single game. All right. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy. And it says on May the 16th, the WNBA publicly announced that it concluded its investigation of the Las Vegas Aces, and they submitted a statement. All right. Here we can go through this statement too, since I'm reading everything. Okay, so it says WNBA imposes penalties on the Las Vegas Aces after investigation. It says the WNBA announced today that it had rescinded the Las Vegas Aces 2025 first-round draft pick for violating league rules regarding impermissible player benefits and suspended Becky Hammon for 2 games without pay for violating league and team respect in the workplace policies. Due to a prior trade, Las Vegas Aces do not have a 2024 first-round draft pick. The team violation included promises of impermissible benefits in connection with negotiations for an extension of then Aces player Dearica Hamby's player contract. The respect in the workplace violation was related to comments made by Becky Hammon to Hamby in connection with Hamby's recent pregnancy. So again, guys, to get to that beginning part, the team violation involved promises of impermissible benefits, i.e., them saying that they were going to pay for Amaya's schooling, which is not allowed. All right. So yeah, and then some comments that Becky Hammon had said about Dearica Hamby that violated a respect in the workplace violation, and she was suspended 2 games. All right. It says after the complaint by Hamby on January the 23rd, 2023, alleging misconduct by the Aces, the league began an investigation. The investigation included interviews with 33 people and a review of numerous texts, emails, and other documents. During the course of the investigation, several individuals raised additional concerns about the conduct of the Aces during the most recent free agency period. And again, that most recent free agency period also included them signing Candace Parker to a free agency contract. All right. So again, during the course of the investigation, several individuals raised additional concerns about the conduct of the Aces during the most recent free agency period, i.e., how did Candace sign with the Aces? The rich get richer. The investigation was not able to substantiate any of those additional concerns. So additional concerns were raised. The WNBA said, actually, we cannot confirm any of this stuff. But yeah. And then it's the quote that I read earlier from Kathy Engelbert said, it's critical that we uphold the values of integrity and fairness, which create a level playing field for our teams. The WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert said, the Aces failed to adhere to the league rules and regulations and have been disciplined accordingly. We are also disheartened by the violation of our respect in the workplace policies and remain committed to ensuring that enhanced training is conducted and standards are followed across all WNBA teams. So again, guys, that is what was said by the WNBA. And also, guys, if y'all could please hit that like button, guys, because we are going through this lawsuit, and you're not gonna see this on a lot of other channels related, a lot of other channels for for this. So if y'all could, please hit that like button. Please let people know that I am doing this. Please share this video with someone. That really does help the channel out a whole lot. If you all could do that, thank you very much. All right. We're almost done, guys. We're almost done. And I'm not going to go through literally every single thing, but we're almost done through the most of the gist of the thing. Okay. All right. So it says, while the defendant WNBA rescinded the Las Vegas Aces first round draft pick for 2025 and suspended Becky Hammon, the WNBA provided no meaningful redress to Dearica for the harm suffered as the victim of the violations found by the WNBA, such as disapproving her trade to the LA Sparks, though it was empowered to do so. So this lawsuit is saying that yes, the WNBA investigated and they came down with some rulings, but that it doesn't address what specifically happened to Dearica Hamby and remedy it. So basically, it's saying that that the lawsuit is claiming that the WNBA had the power to rescind the trade, from the Sparks, and send her back to the Las Vegas Aces, which would have been odd to do, but they had the power to do it and they didn't do it. It also says the WNBA took no steps to correct or address a clear-cut violation of Dearica's rights under the federal and state anti-discrimination law. All right. The WNBA did not interview any Las Vegas Aces players in connection with its 2023 investigation of the Aces and Becky Hammon. Had players been interviewed, they could have corroborated key conversations between Dearica Hamby and the Las Vegas Aces and other relevant facts as alleged by Dearica. So this is saying that the WNBA, they did their investigation. As they said they interviewed 33 people, but none of the 33 people included any of the players for the Las Vegas Aces, which is crazy. None of the players were interviewed in this. And supposedly, if it was, allegedly, that those players would have been able to corroborate some of the stuff that was said. Interesting. You do an investigation, but you don't talk to, like, who are the 33 people that was talked to, which is pretty interesting. Who was the 33 people? I'm very curious, because the fact that none of the players were talked to is crazy. It to me, that is crazy. Very, very wild that was the case. All right. So let's continue. Says the WNBA did not impose adequate punishment or consequences on the Las Vegas Aces for the discriminatory treatment experienced by Dearica Hamby, nor for her unlawful trade to the LA Sparks, such that it would deter any similar conduct. All right. It just gets bad to worse. Bad to worse, guys. The WNBA did not impose adequate punishment or consequences on Becky Hammon for her discriminatory treatment of Dearica. That was 61. 62 says the defendant, WNBA, offered Dearica no remedy that would inure her, inure, I think that's how you say it, I-N-U-R-E. I've never seen that word before. Anyway, maybe that's legal speak. I don't know. Would inure to her benefit for the violations it found. All right. So it said it says in 43, plaintiff Dearica Hamby's trade to a less competitive team resulted in a loss of reputational prestige and brand value typically associated with being a part of a two-time WNBA champion franchise. It also resulted in a loss of marketing and or endorsement opportunities in the Las Vegas sports market that were not available to her in the Los Angeles sports market. So far as a far more saturated endorsement market. So yeah, this is This is interesting, guys. This is very interesting. One, I do I find it kind of funny that that it says that the trade, Dearica Hamby going to the LA Sparks, that that resulted in a loss of reputational prestige and brand value. So basically the LA Sparks was a pretty significant downgrade from the LA Sparks. Not and of course, yeah, because the the LA the LA Sparks hadn't won anything in a long while, and the Aces did, and so like sure, but I don't know. It's also kind of, I don't know. That's kind of funny to me that they're like, it's a loss of reputational prestige. The endorsement thing, yeah, I'm sure that's a big thing. That's for sure a big thing. And even talking about the fact that the Aces players got a huge endorsement deal with the Las Vegas as a whole, and they got a good amount of money from that. So endorsements I understand, but the loss of reputational prestige, as I don't know, that's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. All right. So 64 says after plaintiff Dearica Hamby engaged in protected activity by publicly complaining about her discriminatory trade, the Las Vegas Aces engaged in a number of retaliatory acts against the plaintiff, including but not limited to. All right. Says issuing a directive to Aces players and staff to cease communication with the plaintiff, Dearica Hamby, making a false statement through its general manager, Natalie Williams, on a radio show that implied the plaintiff, Dearica Hamby, and the Las Vegas Aces were aware of Dearica's pregnancy since June of 2022. Says they also attempted to wrongfully obtain confidential medical records from Dearica after informing her she was no longer a member of the Aces. Says refusing to extend an invitation to Dearica while attending a White House ceremony with Vice President Kamala Harris to commemorate the Aces' first championship, and giving a directive to video personnel at a September 17th, 2023 Las Vegas Aces playoff game, prohibiting the showing of plaintiff's daughter, Amaya, on the arena's video screen, despite the fact that plaintiff's daughter was often previously shown on video on such video screen and was a fan favorite. Then immediately cutting away from a shot of plaintiff Amaya, plaintiff's daughter Amaya, when she was inadvertently shown on the arena's video screen. So, guys, this is a lot that's alleged. This is a lot that was alleged, guys. Dearica is saying that this team, they retaliated against me. They told players and staff not to communicate with me. They made false statements saying that they were aware of the pregnancy in June of 2022, when allegedly that was not the case. They even tried to get Dearica's medical records, allegedly, after telling her that she was no longer a part of the Aces. When they went to the White House to after you win a championship, you go to the White House and you get a photo, all that stuff. They didn't invite her to that, even though she was on the championship team. They didn't invite her to that. And they told, to me, this is E. E is the wildest one. E is the wildest one because it says they told the video people to not show Amaya on the screen. Like it was that much, allegedly. It was that petty, allegedly, that they were like, you bet not show Amaya. Video people do not show Amaya because we don't want her being shown on a video. It is wild. Allegedly. Don't sue me, please. Okay? Thank you very much. All right. All right, let's continue on. Let's continue on. 65 says at the time, plaintiff Dearica Hamby engaged in protected activity by complaining about unlawful workplace discrimination, and Dearica was under a 13-month WNBA league marketing contract to perform certain marketing work for the WNBA in exchange for compensation outside of her player contract. After engaging in protected activity, the WNBA did not extend Dearica's league marketing contract. Wow. Now, this is something I did not know before reading this lawsuit. Now, guys, the WNBA has been doing this for a little bit, where they sign players during the offseason to a league marketing contract, which means that the players have to, go and do certain photo shoots. They have to make certain advertisement, commercials and whatnot related to the WNBA to promote the WNBA. Right, that's the whole purpose. And so there's a separate contract for that, and the players get additional money to promote the WNBA. All right, and yeah, after Dearica made it known that and complained about workplace discrimination, allegedly, the lawsuit is claiming that the WNBA decided to not extend Dearica's league marketing contract. Okay. All right. So, guys, that's basically all I want to talk about. we went through like 12 pages of the lawsuit. The lawsuit is a 18-page document. And further on, it says right here, it sort of talks through the cause of action, right? And it's saying that the WNBA and that the Las Vegas Aces discriminated against her based off of pregnancy. All right, that's what it's saying. Let me just skip to some of the ones that I thought were pretty interesting. 70 says the defendant's decision to trade, defendant meaning the Las Vegas Aces, decision to trade Dearica Hamby was motivated by Dearica's announcement that she was pregnant after signing a contract extension. It says 72 says Dearica's trade constituted a change in the terms and conditions of her employment for which she suffered harm, including but not limited to additional tax burdens, loss of marketing, endorsement, and sponsorship opportunities, reputational harm from excluding her from a championship team, and other financial and monetary losses. Let's just sort of go through some other ones. 73 says Dearica, plaintiff, was embarrassed, humiliated, angered, and discouraged by the discriminatory actions taken against her. Plaintiff suffered compensable emotional harm, including but not limited to mental anguish, loss of enjoyment of life, emotional distress, anxiety resulting from this unlawful discrimination by her employer. All right, and it's saying that she is entitled to. 75 is saying Dearica Hamby is entitled to be fully compensated for her emotional disturbance by being forced to endure this discrimination. All right. And they have a second cause of action, which is retaliation. So the first cause of action is saying discrimination on the basis of sex, pregnancy, is a specific violation. And the second cause of action is retaliation. So first, discrimination because she's pregnant. Second is second cause of action is discrimination. All right. And it sort of walks through some of the stuff that we talked about earlier. And so, yeah. Here we go. 84 is one that I want to talk about real quick. It says, the actions taken by the defendant were done in response to plaintiff's protected complaint of discrimination, were discouraged to dissuade a reasonable worker from complaining about discrimination or otherwise engaging in protected activity, and such conduct by defendant constitutes illegal retaliation prohibited by federal and state statutes. Okay. 85 says, due to its illegal actions, defendant must pay damages in the amount to be determined at trial for back pay, front pay, lost benefits, and compensatory damages for emotional pain, suffering, inconvenience, mental anguish, and loss of enjoyment of life. Wow. So yeah, guys, this is not good. This is not good. And there is a third action. All right. So again, the first one was discrimination on the basis of pregnancy, sex. The second was retaliation by the Las Vegas Aces. And the third is retaliation by the WNBA. All right. So yeah, guys, this isn't good at all. This is not good. And one that I really want to call out real quick is 98, which says defendant, meaning the WNBA, failed to impose any proper remedial measures in connection with Dearica's complaint of unlawful workplace discrimination or properly investigate such claims as a way to punish plaintiff Hamby for her January 21, 2023 public complaint of pregnancy discrimination at the hands of the defendant Las Vegas Aces. All right. And then it said, as we said earlier, they're refusing to extend the league marketing contract after, she said the allegations that she had. All right. Says in 102, the actions and conduct by the defendant, i.e. the WNBA, constitute illegal retaliation prohibited by federal and state statute. And 104, due to its illegal actions, defendant, i.e. WNBA, must pay damages in the amount to be determined at trial for back pay, front pay, lost benefits, and compensatory damages for emotional pain, suffering, inconvenience, mental anguish, and loss of enjoyment of life. Whew, guys. Yeah. And guys, that is just about it. That is just about it. So yeah, guys, that's the thing. And we finish off on the last page with this. This is what Dearica Hamby is asking for the court. Dearica is asking for a jury trial on all appropriate claims and to enter judgment in favor of the plaintiff by awarding the plaintiff an amount sufficient to fully compensate her, including tax consequences, for all economic losses of any kind, and otherwise make her whole in accordance with the law. It also says she's also asking for an award of compensatory and punitive damages to be determined at trial. Also, she's asking for an award of attorney's fees and costs and any other relief the court deems just and proper. That's everything, guys. That is everything that I know about this case. Now, guys, that was a pretty long and drawn out thing. That was a pretty long and drawn out thing. So I thank you all for rocking with me as we went through that whole thing. And guys, I'm very curious to hear what you all have to say about this. I'm very, very curious. That's the lawsuit. Again, allegedly. This has been alleged by Dearica Hamby. I have no proof that any of this stuff actually happened. All I know is that is what the lawsuit says. This is what Dearica Hamby is alleging. And this does not look good, guys. This looks horrible for the WNBA. Because number one, you are a league of women, and you know that women get pregnant. All right. This is a league that already has been dealing with allegations of sort of improper treatment related to pregnancy. Again, Skylar Diggins Smith thing happened in the past with with the Phoenix Mercury. I did make a video about that in the past, so I'm not gonna go down the rabbit hole of Skylar Diggins-Smith. But if you all want to see that, just again Google Quita Loves Sports, Skylar Diggins-Smith, and you will see that video, and you can sort of walk through it yourself, and listen to it, and as I sort of walk through like what Skylar Diggins-Smith was alleging for the Phoenix Mercury. But guys, this does not look good for the WNBA. This does not. And it makes me wonder the fact that Dearica Hamby filed this lawsuit. This lets me know, in my opinion, I don't know this for sure, but to me, this is saying Dearica Hamby will never play in the WNBA again. That's what this is saying. Dearica Hamby, she actually announced today. Today it was actually announced that she was going to be playing for Unrivaled. So that's awesome. She's going to be playing for Unrivaled come January. But I don't see how Dearica stays in the WNBA with this lawsuit. I think she's going to finish out the remainder of this year. She's gonna finish out the remainder of this year with the Los Angeles Sparks, and I don't see how she comes back. Like, guys, let me know in the comments if y'all think she's gonna come back. I just don't see it. I don't know how you come back from this. I don't know how she comes back to the WNBA after this lawsuit. Again, she tried various ways to sort of remedy it and whatnot, but like I don't know how she comes back from this. I don't know. I don't think it's possible to come back from this and still be in a great relationship with the WNBA. Now, guys, the thing to note is that she's under contract until 2025, until the end of 2025. But she can retire. She can retire at the end of this. She can retire whenever she wants, to be honest with you. But she is under contract for the remainder of this year and for next year. She's a protected veteran, so if the LA Sparks decide to waive her, she's getting paid out for it. Okay, because she is a protected veteran, and guys, she's at the top of her game. Dearica Hamby is having herself a phenomenal season this year. Again, guys, as I said earlier, she actually played in the Olympics with 3x3 for women's basketball and won the bronze, and was a very significant player for that team. This year so far in the WNBA for this season, she's played in 24 games for the LA Sparks. She's averaging a whopping 19.2 points a game. This is the most points she has ever scored in the WNBA. Most points per game. She's absolutely been dominating in the first half of the season. She's averaging 8.3 rebounds a game. Again, she's averaging 10 rebounds a game. Again, the most rebounds ever for her averaging. So she's averaging career numbers this year. Career numbers. She's been playing phenomenal. She's been shooting the 3-ball way better. Significantly better than she has most recently. And she's at the top of her game. And I'm wondering, does she come back to the WNBA at the end of the season? Because she can. She's a protected veteran. She's on contract for another year. She's playing for Unrivaled. It's already been announced that she's going to be playing for Unrivaled. But I'm just wondering, like, to me, it feels kind of odd to be able to sue your employer and still work there. Of course, she can. Absolutely, she can. And if the WNBA were to retaliate even more and blackball her from the WNBA, she could sue them for that too. So the WNBA is not in a position where they can say, no, Dearica, you can't come back, because that's discriminatory. You can't do that. If she's good enough to play, she's good enough to play. So yeah, that's the thing, guys. That's the thing. Yeah. So I'm very curious to see what you all have to say. I want to get to some of y'all comments. Let's see. B Germany says Dearica is a fan favorite. She's also been through enough. What she's doing with this suit is brave and could be a game changer for the league moving forward. Yeah, I think this could absolutely be a game changer. Absolutely. This could absolutely be a game changer. And so, yeah. Rachel says retaliation would be illegal, but the settlement may dictate her leaving. It might. It might. Yeah, the settlement might. Because again, guys, nobody actually wants to go to court. So sometimes when people file lawsuits, it's with the intention for it to be settled outside of court, because you never know what's going to happen when you get to court. And so this might be settled outside of court. This may not ever actually come to a judge and jury. This may be settled outside of court with Dearica and the WNBA and the Las Vegas Aces. And yeah, if they do a settlement, it could say in there that you can't come back and play for us again. It could. We don't know. We don't know for sure. But it could. Now again, guys, this is just terrible. This is absolutely terrible for the WNBA. Terrible for the Las Vegas Aces, and guys, again, for a league that is, touts the fact that they champion women, for this to be an allegation, again, allegedly. I'm not saying that this is fact. I'm saying this is what Dearica is alleging. This looks terrible. Like, this looks terrible for the league that is all about women. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Let's see what else y'all have to say. Do y'all think that Dearica is going to come back to the WNBA, even if the settlement says nothing about it, assuming there's a settlement? If she's able to come back to the WNBA next year, do you think she does? Do you think she does? I'm going to put a poll in the chat. So my question is, will Dearica Hamby play in the WNBA in 2025? I'm curious. Yes or no? Yes or no? So post your answer in the chat. Post your answer in the chat. Kentucky Lucky says the PR of her being forced to leave, that would be horrendous for the WNBA. They are best to settle this immediately and ban any pregnancy ban contracts. But the thing is, there are no from what I understand, there are no pregnancy ban contracts. I mean, the WNBA actually has like a whole policy around pregnancy and how teams have to pay the players while they're pregnant. Bill says, come on, Quita, stand up for what's right. This girl has proof positive that she was discriminated against. I stand with this talented superstar. The WNBA needs to do what's right. 10 million. Bill, I am trying not to get sued. Okay. I am absolutely very supportive of Dearica Hamby and what she is fighting for. However, I am trying to make sure you all know that this stuff is alleged. I cannot claim this as fact, because if I do, I will get sued. I don't want to get sued. So that is why I am trying to talk around this in a certain way to not get sued. Okay. All right. But yeah, this does not look good for the WNBA. This does not look good at all. Patrice says, Becky has lost some of my respect. If this is true, like, as a woman, why would you say that? Yeah, this looks terrible for Becky Hammon. Like, guys, I am a gigantic Becky Hammon fan. Like, I've been a fan of hers since she was I've been a fan of hers since she was playing with the San Antonio Silver Stars. I think she's awesome. However, this looks terrible. This looks absolutely terrible. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know how she totally comes back from this. It looks really, really bad. Sesnatch says, Quita, I came into this stream assuming it was a frivolous lawsuit, but your breakdown has me fully convinced Hamby is telling the truth. I'm curious what the WNBPA thinks of this. Yeah. I'm sure they're I don't think they've released a statement just yet. Actually, they did. They did release a statement. All right. Let me share a screen grab of the statement that I see. All right. They did release something. So thank you, Sesnatch, for mentioning that. Because I wanna make sure to show that. Because again, guys, like, this is breaking information. Like, this just happened this morning. This lawsuit was just filed today, on Monday. So here's what so Christina Williams, shout out to her. She's a great W journalist. She posted oh no, my video's messing up. Well, anyway, she posted on She posted on X saying WNBPA's executive director Terry Carmichael Jackson's statement regarding Dearica Hamby's lawsuit against the Las Vegas Aces and the WNBA says, we reiterate our previous position that the 2020 collective bargaining agreement player parents gained protections that ensured becoming a parent did not mean the end of a career. Obviously, these protections did not change the nature of this business. Any team can trade any player for any legitimate reason or no reason at all, but that reason can never be on the basis of race, gender, sexual orientation, parental status, or pregnancy status. So that is what Terry Carmichael Jackson had to say about the about what is alleged. Man, my videos keep messing up. But anyway, guys, that's basically it. I do want to get to some more of y'all comments. Barbara says, my heart goes out to Hamby. It's sad. I don't think she will come back. She must feel some type of way. She's an awesome player. Love, praying, and peace to Hamby. Yeah. This is interesting. I wonder what's gonna happen. Rachel says, add allegedly to the video title. I should do that. I should do that. Rachel says, has Kelsey Plum as WNBPA leadership said anything? I don't think she said anything yet. Carmela says, the WNBA is changing and growing, but we need not forget the majority of the women in charge come from a certain era. Their mindset isn't always where it should be to propel change. Yeah. Sarah, absolutely. Sarah, you are 100% right. Sarah says, Quita, you have to remember that these are allegations. Nothing has been proven yet. Reading the filing from her lawyers is not proof of anything. Facts. Absolutely facts, guys. Again, guys, this is alleged. This is just one side of the story for what Dearica Hamby and her lawyers have to say. Guys, the Las Vegas Aces have their own side of what happened. The WNBA has their own side of what happened. We will find out once this thing gets resolved. Because again, guys, it's only one side of the story. This is not me claiming that this stuff for sure happened. I don't know. None of us know. The only people who know is the WNBA, the Las Vegas Aces, and Dearica Hamby. Okay, but this lawsuit was filed, so I'm covering it. But absolutely, you're absolutely right though in your comment. Brandon, thank you so much for the super chat. Says Hamby is vocal about her goals and wants to ball. Also, I think she will continue to play if nothing else to show she shouldn't have been traded. Oh, well, I mean, I could see that too. I could see that too. I could see that. Omega Khan says, where there's smoke, there's fire. Well, yeah. So yeah, I don't know, man. Lindy says, I think she needs to come back. This will further the support the players need. Takes courage to come out with this information. If all these allegations are true, we need to support Hamby coming back. Yeah. I mean, yeah. If she wants to come back, absolutely. I mean, she's a baller. Like, guys, she's averaging 19 points a game, 10 rebounds. Like, she's killing it this year. Absolutely killing it. So yeah, that's the news, guys. That is the news. I wanted to just sort of walk through that with you all. Hopefully, you all learned something about this investigation. Again, I know there's a lot of people who just like skim over it and just talk about, oh, this happened and whatnot. And I wanted to go through it. I really wanted to go through it with you all because a lot of people could say a lot of stuff, but I wanted to just show you all what the actual lawsuit actually said. And guys, I do have to give the hugest of shout out to Callie Lawson Freeman. Shout out to Callie Lawson Freeman on X. She actually posted the entire lawsuit for us to take a look at. Okay, so she posted it on X, and that is how I was able to walk through it with you all. So absolutely shout out to her. I'm gonna show her her X post about it. because guys, we don't get this information if she doesn't post the lawsuit. So thank you to Callie Lawson Freeman who posted the lawsuit. So yeah, again, guys, I love when people are able to actually read for themselves what's going on, and we were able to see for ourselves. We were able to see this for ourselves, and I am very appreciative of that. So yeah, guys, this doesn't look good. Though this is a stream, though, I just wanted to let you all. I just wanted to walk through it with you all and let you all see for yourselves what is happening. Alyssa says, hit that like button. Yes, please hit that like button. That really does help the channel out a whole lot. All right. Yeah. So again, let's look at the poll. So according to the poll, 74% of you all said that you all do believe that Hamby will play in 2025. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all rocking with me, though. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Technical difficulties and all. I know I started the stream late, so I do apologize for that. I was trying to get the slides I had together and also go through the lawsuit as well. So it took a little bit of time. But I do thank y'all so much for rocking with me. Again, if y'all could please share this with someone, share this with people, let people know what's going on in the W, or at least what is alleged to have gone on. Again, this whole thing is alleged. I am not, people who are listening, I am not claiming that any of this stuff actually happened. All right. I am not claiming that it didn't happen. I am saying I don't know. This is an allegation that has been put into a lawsuit that has been filed by Dearica, Hamby, and her lawyer. The only people who actually know if this is true is the WNBA, the Las Vegas Aces, and Dearica Hamby. I don't know. But I am reporting on what has been alleged through the lawsuit. And again, guys, this is not me claiming anything. This is me just stating what we have seen. I don't know ultimately what's going to happen as a result of this, but I am wishing for the best for everybody in this situation. This sucks. This is a terrible allegation. The WNBA does not need this. This is terrible PR for the WNBA. Absolutely terrible. But I wanted to walk through this from a WNBA fan perspective. Again, you're going to see a lot of clickbait stuff. You're going to see a lot of crazy stuff talked about. You're going to just see a lot of videos of people just dragging the WNBA and whatnot, and they're not going to tell you specifically what was actually mentioned in the lawsuit. And again, guys, we went through the entire lawsuit. We went through all 18 pages. So hopefully that is helpful for you all to sort of get at least a picture of what Dearica Hamby is claiming. And again, shout out to Callie Lawson Freeman for posting this on X and whatnot. And so yeah, guys. Lindy says, great job explaining everything. Quita, thank you for all. Thank you to you all in the chat that are lawyers or in the field to give your perspective. Yeah, thank y'all so much, guys. The chat is hugely impactful. I don't always get to all the comments and whatnot, but the chat is super helpful to help other people sort of understand what's happening, to help and I read all the comments after the fact. So after this fact, once this posts, I will go back and look at all the comments in the chat. But guys, ultimately, while this is alleged, we know this isn't good, and for the WNBA to continue to be a thing, for it to continue to grow, we don't need stuff like this. We don't need stuff like this happening. Allegedly happening. The WNBA, it's in the name, Women's National Basketball. All right? And you are going to have players get pregnant. It's not a foreign concept. Whereas in the past, it kind of was because players, in a sort of kind of way, because players missed out on their paycheck when they got pregnant. Now they do get paid while they're pregnant. And so you're probably gonna have more players get pregnant. And so the WNBA has to work with teams to figure out, okay, when this happens, don't do this. Okay? Don't do this. So yeah, it's they got to figure it out, because this is not the last player that's going to get pregnant. It's not. And this is not the only player that has alleged discrimination, i.e. Skylar Diggins-Smith. So that is what it is. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. I make content all about women's basketball, so if that is your deal, subscribe. I would love for you to do that. Guys, I will follow this story. And again, guys, allegedly, I will follow this story wherever it goes. I will make sure that you all are informed about what is actually happening about this situation. So yeah, it is pretty interesting. Jakara says, I have to admit I'm annoyed for the negativity likely being placed on players. They likely have their own thoughts, and as we know, generally the WNBA players all stand together on rights. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they probably got her back, probably. But we'll see how people start to post on social media and whatnot. Omega Khan says, "Oh, class action lawsuit incoming. Oh, that would be terrible. Honestly, guys, that might destroy the WNBA if something like that actually happens. Like that really would destroy the WNBA." Michael says, "Hey, Quita, can you clarify that if the WNBA is actually the NBA run by the NBA commissioners, executive, and the board of governors, that the WNBA commissioner answers to? So Dearica is really suing the WNBA, suing the NBA." Michael, I know that the NBA owns a majority of the WNBA, and that Kathy Engelbert, I do believe, does report to the NBA. However, I don't know. Because technically they're different. Like the WNBA has its own LLC, so I don't know. I don't know how to fully answer your question, but yes, the NBA does own, I believe, a majority of the WNBA though, and she does report to I believe Adam Silver. Yeah, this is Megan says, "Agreed. That's why it needs to be settled ASAP." It does. This needs to be settled ASAP. Mela says she's suing the organization and the WNBA, right? Yes. Yes, she is. And again, guys, we can go right back to let's go right back to the document itself, so you all can read it for yourselves. Let's go all the way to the top where it says who is being sued. All right. So again, guys, this is what was filed today. And according to this, it's showing that Dearica Hamby is the plaintiff, and she is suing the WNBA LLC and Las Vegas Basketball LP, doing business as the Las Vegas Aces. Okay, that is who's being sued. All right, the WNBA has their own LLC, so even though the NBA owns a good amount of the WNBA, this lawsuit is against the WNBA. Again, WNBA LLC and Las Vegas Aces Basketball LP, doing business as Las Vegas Aces. Those are the two entities that are being sued. All right. Hopefully that is helpful. Hopefully that's helpful. So again, guys, that's it. That's the story. That is the story. And again, guys, thank you all so much for rocking with me and staying for this. This is tough. This is very, very, very tough. Brayden says, since the W is its own LLC, they are really only suing the W. The NBA would have to be separately named. Yeah. Yep. Lou says, as of 2023, the NBA owns 50% of the WNBA, while the 12 WNBA teams collectively own the other 50%. Yeah, guys. Interesting stuff. Alyssa says, isn't this similar to Allison Felix's lawsuit with Nike? To be honest with you, I know that was a whole deal, but I don't know enough. I can't remember enough about that to actually talk about that live. So I don't know. All I know is it was something related to her being pregnant. Yeah. So I don't know. But that's the stream, guys. That's the stream. Thank y'all for rocking with me. I appreciate it. Yeah. Hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully y'all appreciated this type of stuff, because guys, that's what this channel is. This channel is meant to be the place where you can go when stuff goes down for women's basketball. My goal really is for this to be a channel that you all can go. for stuff to happen, and you all are like, oh, what? This happened? Okay. All right. Quita gonna give me the lowdown about what's happening. Like that's what I really want. I want to be sort of like, I want to make sure that there is a source for people to go to that finds the real sources and tells you all like exactly what it is and shows proof and evidence based off of what was submitted. So hopefully that was helpful. And again, guys, tell people about this channel. I'm really trying to grow this channel. The goal is to get to 30,000 subscribers. I don't know when or if we'll ever get there, but I'm committed to women's basketball. That is my thing. That is my favorite sport. And guys, this looks bad for the WNBA. I don't like the fact that this has happened, but what happens in the dark will come to light. Allegedly, guys, allegedly. What happens in the dark will come to light. And whatever happened, I'm praying for Dearica Hamby. I'm praying for her mental health. I'm praying for Becky Hammond and everybody else who was named in this lawsuit. Because yeah, it's probably a whole bunch of like, you know, emotional stuff happening or whatever. But ultimately, I'm praying that the truth be revealed and come to light, and that the WNBA, the Las Vegas Aces, and anybody who is an employer, specifically of a women's sports team, to do the right thing to the women that they. Again, guys, this whole thing is alleged. I don't know. You don't know. But the three people, the one person and the three entities that was named in the lawsuit, they are the ones who actually. Thank y'all so much. Guys, I got to go to sleep. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me. Guys, if y'all could please do me a huge favor. Please do me a huge favor and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ensure that you all are doing your part to make the world a better place. All right. I try to say this at the end of every stream, but you know, be kind to someone, tell somebody that they matter, treat people fairly, treat people right. And ultimately, guys, if no one has told you today, let me be the person to tell you. You matter. You are important. And I am happy that you are on this earth, guys. Be respectful. Be kind. I pray that you all have a fantastic evening, fantastic rest of your day. And yeah, guys. Appreciate y'all so much for rocking with me. Until next time, guys. Until tomorrow, guys. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.